Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm T Bless, and this is Tidbits with T Bless. So if you've never been to my channel, I welcome you and thank you for joining my channel. I haven't done a tidbit in about a week, so I kind of had to press my way because I wanted to connect with you guys. If you've never been here before, please like and share. I have other videos down below that you can view. Also subscribe, please. So what I do is offer words of encouragement and various things that I've gone through, I'm currently going through, and just kind of bring in wisdom. So I'm doing this tidbit unorthodoxly because I am not at home. I'm in my parents' home because of some unforeseen circumstances that happened with my family. And so I'm out here doing this tidbit. So welcome. So my tidbit for today is help. I'm sinking deep in sand. Help me because I'm sinking deep in sand. So this tidbit is talking about and addressing depression. And there are many phases and facets to depression. There are people who are clinically depressed. And for those people, I say that please go get the help that you need to help to balance yourself. If that requires therapy or medication, please do that. For loved ones and family members who believe they have someone who is clinically depressed, please try to help them because we love them and we don't want to see them go down a road that they can't. So, but depression is a persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest in activities. And there are so many triggers to depression. And I know for myself, being someone who is very emotionally in tune with people, sometimes I, believe that I am an empath where I, feel other people's emotion really deeply. So there are times when things happen where I can be triggered to feel depressed. And definitely last week when we heard the unfortunate news of our family member unexpectedly dying, it triggered feelings of depression for me. And I was having a hard time sleeping. I was having a hard time coping. I was periodically just crying and things like that, and just really feeling so empathetic for my cousins and my aunties and my family, my siblings, and everyone who was so deeply affected by this. So, there are various things that will trigger moments of depression. And what I want to share with you on here is when you have someone who is dealing with depression because of something that has happened that triggered it, support them. And, sometimes people don't know what to say. And sometimes you may not have to say anything for real, but just showing your support to them, texting them, calling them, even if they don't respond, but showing them that you care about them. Not everybody can, they may not respond immediately, but still reaching out to them. And what I want to say, because sometimes people go through things and people kind of disappear, and because they don't know what to say. But disappearing is not helpful to the person. Ignoring a person, pretending like they don't matter. Because if they matter to you, then you want to stay as close to them as possible, even if you can't physically go see them. But reaching out to them, sending them a note of encouragement if that happens, just letting them know that you care about them, you are praying for them, you're concerned about them, is so helpful to people when they are going through phases of grief or depression. It may be a loss that has triggered their depression. It could be a loss of a position, a job. It could be some trauma, some illness. It's a lot of things that cause people to feel depressed. And so what I'm saying is you have to lean in if you are someone who is witnessing a friend or a family member that is going through some form of depression, and not just ignore them or pretend like they don't exist. During these moments is when people really can tell, who it is that really care about them. The one thing, word of caution, that I want to say to you guys is, sometimes a person, if you really don't know what to say, you might not want to say anything, because I remember when years ago, before having my son, I went through a very traumatic miscarriage. And I remember reading something that talked about things you say and don't say to someone. And one thing that's not helpful, and although you may feel like it's helpful, but it's not really helpful to tell someone when they have experienced a loss of a family member, a loss of a baby, that they're in a better place. And if the person says that and they feel that because the person was sick or ill, that's something different. But you telling a person that's not necessarily helpful to them. Even if it's true, it's not helpful, because guess what? They wanted that family member. They wanted that friend, that best friend, that whoever, that child. So saying that to them, or then they're now angels and things like that, it's not always helpful, because what it does is it makes the grief feel even worse and unbearable. So I just want to caution you on, possibly saying that kind of stuff, because it's not always helpful to the person when they are grieving or they're experiencing a loss. What a person can try to do when they are going through those feelings, you have to press your way. I know that I needed a day off, and I took a day after the weekend and tried to get myself together. I pressed my way the next day, and being around my students helped me, although I was still in a space where I didn't feel like myself, but just having, co-workers and friends and things like that reaching out to me and expressing their condolences, is helpful. So you have to try to press your way as much as possible. Any social activities, as much as hard as it is, if you can, try after a while to do those things to kind of get yourself out. Oh, that was a bug. Sorry. Try to get yourself out there, to be around people, because staying enclosed, it just will cause you to, dig deeper into depression. Trying to take walks, get a breath of fresh air is helpful. Sometimes even when it's, I'm out here in South Carolina, it's in the 50s, but it's still cold. And just getting outside, feeling some vitamin D. If for you working out is helpful, that might help you. Eating some good food. And I'm not talking about junk food. That's my go-to thing. When I'm feeling down, but really trying to get a good meal, something healthy, and maybe someone who loves you can make you something healthy to try to, get those endorphins and balance yourself a bit. Prayer and meditation is so key for me, and just praying, because sometimes when you are so depressed, you don't even want to pray or know how to pray, but praying, and hopefully people that love you are praying for you. And trying to help you, and just surrounding you with their love, care, and concern is going to be helpful. So I just want to encourage you guys today. The tidbit helped me. I'm sinking deep in sand, and just talking about depression. Get around close family members, close friends who really love and care about you, and that's going to help you. And I have a verse that I always like to read, and it's 1 Peter 5:7, and it says, "Casting all your anxieties upon Him, because He cares for you." And He does care for you, and I'm thankful He cares for me. He cares for you. And all those who are grieving and mourning, He cares about us and He loves us. So remember, I'm T Bless. This is Tidbits with T Bless. Thank you for visiting my channel. And I hope everyone has an amazing day, and I will see you soon. Bye.